Welcome to this new video. My name is Damien Rohrbach. Today we're going to be designing earpieces. It's a great idea from one of my subscribers, so thank you a lot for this great idea, and let's get to it. Alright, so quickly before we begin, you're all invited this Saturday at 7 p.m. Universal Time to the World Blender Meetup Day. I've been invited to give a speech about Blender and jewelry design, so you're most welcome. It's 1 p.m. Mexico time, so don't forget to check on the internet at what time it will be in your country, because it would be very nice to have you on board. If you can't be with us that day, subscribe to my channel and see you soon. Alright, so first we're going to create an earpiece without any gemstones. Full metal, gold. Actually, a couple of years ago, I did work with a piercer from San Luis Potosí, Mexico, one. So piercings are part of my job. So let's go. I'm gonna create. So they're mostly very small, very small. Very nice details for the ears. So beware of your dimensions. The basic sphere is 2 millimeters, and that's already very big. I want to change, let's change the matte cap here. Here, my gold matte cap. There you go. Let's make a shade smooth. So 2 is way too big. Let's go to 1 for a good reference. I'm gonna center this right here. Don't forget to save your file. And boom. Ear piercing here. Here. Now let's make a curve, basic curve. So we're from the top view. All right, let's go to edit mode. We're going to create something geometric, because also that's one of the main tendencies, main tendons. All right, resolution 60. Okay, one of my cats right in front of me here, near the camera. Sometimes they jump on the camera just to play with the camera and to get my attention. So it's very good for training, because it teaches you to be calm under every circumstance. I don't have kids yet, but very surely one day I will have kids. So it's part of a bigger plan. All right, geometric. Okay, we have this for now. And very shortly, it's already way too big, so let's make it smaller. But also, you know what? Very probably, well, anyway, here. Shift key F, because this is going to be an outside level. Okay, like that. Always make your curves very pretty and clean. Right now, I don't want that to be flat exactly. Now it's going to be flat. I don't know if it's well centered here. Okay, for start, it's a bit broken here. So look, all right. Now with Blender 290 and such, we have a very nice geometry bevel, because you'll directly get profiles, the round profiles. Just put, okay, so this should be at least 0.3. This looks like radius, so let's go at 0.15. Now 3 on each side, 6 millimeters, 7 millimeters. It's pretty good for an earpiece, but it's too big. So then I like designing once the profile is already set. This is something I really like in Blender. Okay, so now I said I don't want it to be flat, which means we're going to move here and there. Obviously it's all just, and we will see how it works. Okay, we have this. So let's bring geometry to geometry here. Well, actually let's do and apply all transforms, because we are going to, well, like I said in many videos, if this is just, I want 8, we can do an Alt D. Generally, almost every time I do a Shift D, but the Alt D creates a linked copy, which is very useful if you want to change the original geometry. So this time it's an Alt D. Okay, we're gonna go at 45, 90. So I don't need to create an array for so few elements. Sometimes, or many times, it's really nice to just use numeric inputs. All right, so we already have like a nice flower here. That noise is my little cat trying to eat the eraser. She wants to play with it. She's very proud. She's very pretty. Hey. All right, so we have this. Now let's have a look at this. But you know what? Big mistake. Big mistake. That happens to me also all the time. The first one I said and insisted that it was an Alt D. Then obviously I used Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. All right, so let's say I forgot to use Alt D and just made normal plain copies. So I'm going to select these guys that I forgot to make instances of the first ones. Now the last object selected, which is the light orange, must be the last one. And we're gonna go to link object data. Here we are. Okay, so now when I go and edit the first one, we can see that all the other ones also show up in edit mode. This helps us knowing that the linking worked. Okay, so this is pretty nice, obviously, because we can adapt now with all the copies. Changing at the same time, and obviously that makes the designing process more interesting and more efficient also. Okay, this side is too high. I like it. I wanted to touch the other one, and this one I'd like to raise a bit, and I want this one to go a bit lower. something like this. I want some overlap, just some, and this one also. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. All right, that's pretty nice for now. So here I put this as a reference, but I'm going to, this time is going to be a copy, not an instance. And let's have a look. This one at 0.6 some, that's good. Control, okay, but a bit higher. Okay. Now Control A, all transforms. Shift D, 45, Shift D. So this time it's going to be Shift D, 135, 180, 25, 270, 350. Okay. So now that part is not so pretty, but we're going to work on it. This is pretty nice. I mean that we need to make something solid here and there. So on very small pieces, I like them solid, which means that we're going to create a plane. We're going to come here now. I'm going to extrude this. This can be pretty low resolution. Now we need to remove this one. Okay, we have this. Let's start with quads. Okay. I'm going to subdivide this. So as you can see, we do worry about topology. We don't have that many constraints compared to other industries, right? Or creative fields. Now, I'm going to put this here, and I need to start moving this a bit higher inside of the wire. As long as it's inside, we'll be pretty fine. Obviously, then I will fine tune. Oops. I will fine tune this. And also we're going to use the solidify modifier, obviously. All right. So we need to solidify. Let's go up offset 1, even thickness 1. Okay, direction is not the one I want, so I'm going to go here, select everything, mesh, flip normals. Okay, so on the bottom we're too high. I'm going to lower this. I'm going to have a look here, like I said, to fine-tune this. So we can see it as it goes. All right, now it's too high. Thickness at least 0.5. Well, now it looks good. Let's do a shade smooth. Okay, I can make, if I want, I can check the subdivision surface, see if I like it. Be aware that that makes your mesh thinner, so watch out. So now I'm gonna make it a bit thicker here. Okay, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So here also Control A, all transforms. Ha! That changed the thickness, which is not cool. Well, let's change this then. 0.32. Okay. Well, let's adjust this. This is pretty nice. The rounding here. Okay, so we have this. It's a bit too thick still. It was because of the scale. Right now, Control A again, just for whatever. Alt D, click 45. Alt D. So if you forget, it's Alt D. It's not, you don't have to worry that much if you do by mistake, like I did at the beginning, a Shift D, instead you can link the object data afterwards. No, Alt C, no, Alt D. Here we go, 270, Alt D, 350. So, okay, that looks pretty good. But now I want a little, okay, here I'm going to make a Shift D because I want a small decoration on top of that. Let's try to erase this one. And let's see if, well, I'm going to change, yeah, okay. I'm going to change the profile. So, okay. Okay. Do I like it? Not quite yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Let's have a look again. Subdivision. I'm going to add. Obviously, you erase a point just to put it back again. That's very common when you design. Oh, okay, that's starting to be a bit better. Like a little drop here. So how well does it follow? Okay, this can come a bit further out. This one too. Okay. Let's try to see if I can get something nice. Yeah. Surrounding the other edge like this to avoid contact there, which is not such a great contact. Okay, we have this. Is pretty interesting. Okay. So, but How will I? No, I think I'm going to leave it round. Makes more sense. Everything is round. I'm going to change that. This sphere, I'm going to take higher for a second. Okay, we have this. We have this. We still want a bit of editing right here and there. All right. And never forget to enjoy the entire process, no matter your level, even if you don't understand much, maybe even things won't be coming out as well as you would like, but you need to start somewhere. You will have some frustrating times, but also train your character, your peace of mind, your strength of mind. People will criticize you no matter what you do, all right? So be happy and do what makes you happy. And make it the way that makes you happy. All right, great. Now here, Control A, all transforms, Shift D, 45. Well, we can take those. See, there's a faster technique. And I did obviously a Shift D. Don't do an Alt D. Today we're going Alt D, redo. Thank you. Alt D, enter. 45. Shift. Alt D, enter. 90. I know. 125. It didn't take both. But wait a second. 90. Yes, it did. So now this Shift key, Alt D, R. 180. Put it numerically here. Minus 180 or plus gives the same. One side or the other. So this is already pretty. I just want another small sphere here, but a bit bigger. Let's go geometry origin here. A bit bigger again. Somewhere here. A bit lower. Here. Okay, Control A, all transforms, Shift D, 45, Shift D, R, minus 90, Shift D, R, 180. So you can always, when you follow my videos, you'll know that sometimes I do it one way, sometimes I do it another way. And generally, I always try to do it another way. There's always another way, there's always a simpler way, there's always a faster way, there's always. So that's why make it the way you really like. Enjoy and make you happy. Because that will never change. All right, we have this, but on the back side, I just need a small kind of mesh here. So let's add a plane here to view. Let's make it smaller. And we're going to put it right here. Now, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to come here. Okay, I'm going to go here, and then we'll see something like this, I guess. Okay, I need to come out a bit like this, but not that much. This one is already, no, wait. Wait. Okay, we're going to come somewhere here and maybe a bit further out. All right, A. From view, top view, whatever. Okay, I need to center this here. 0. Now, I'm going to make a spin. You need to center the spin as a vector. That's not too hard. 48 steps, 360 degrees. Okay, we're not closed here and there. For 3D printing, it's important to have this. Well, actually everything closed. You can't have such hollow surfaces. We need plain solids to 3D print. All right, this is very basic. Never forget that. All right, we have this. So that was, okay. So now it appears here and there, but that's important. It does. I'm just going to take these guys a bit higher now that we have the support. All right, this is good. So on the back side, I have that. Okay, I'm going to take this face. S to make a small bevel right here. Okay, and this is okay. There on the back, you would have the system for the piece, for the earpiece, the post, the spiral, any kind of system. So I won't be, no, maybe later. But for now, I'm going to leave it like that. So these small holes here and there, this is not important because when printing something so small, or it just comes out like this, as long as you have contact between your meshes, you'll be fine. So if your printer is very accurate, and a resin printer should be, it's going to come out just like that, and it's going to come out like that in the mold and into production, and you'll be fine. If you don't like that little hole, you would need to fill it with another small mesh. Okay, all right. So this is pretty nice. I'm going to hide this a second, hide that a second. Okay, B. I'm going to select all of these guys. Make a new collection. Let's call it earpiece plane 1. So again, I'll select everybody here, and we can move that to the earpiece collection. All right. So now I can hide this. That was the first design. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's create a new earpiece with gemstones. So let's append from any file we have with gemstones here. It's going to be a ruby. Did it append? Where are you? But you know what? It can't, because I need a new collection. Gemstones here, piece 2. So let's go again. Append. Or I didn't do the double click, or he wasn't. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't want to append. Don't be lazy, Blender, today. Okay, let's go to another one. Okay, objects. Okay. All right, that. Okay, here we are. So this one's going to be a bit bigger, 2 millimeters. Not so big, maybe. We'll have a look. The central one, yeah, 2. Okay, so we're going to make a line. I don't know yet. Okay, let's have a look. A small. All right, like a small moon. But I'm going to design it going up. Okay, I have this. Anyway, first I'm going to design a very small prong setting for this. Okay, the radius is too big. 0.5 is pretty good. 0.85. Now let's go shade smooth. So as you can see, there's obviously not a lot of space. Okay, I'm going to go a bit smaller here at 0.4 and here a bit bigger. Because I don't want it to touch the stone and I want 2 levels. So, okay, I'm going to copy this one. Wait a second, also let's center all these guys here. Now let's make the second level here. Now this has to go a bit higher here. Now it can't touch the stone, so we need to make a small operation. So let's select this loop. Turn on proportional editing and let's make this a bit bigger. Obviously make the circle. Okay, that should be enough. Is it? Okay, I don't like it. I'm going to build it differently. Let's add a plane to the view. Smaller. We're going to design our own. Let's remove the proportional editing. Okay, actually this is enough, but let's make it a bit rounder here. Okay, something like this. Let's subdivide once more here. That's pretty good. Now let's take the face, let's remove the face. Let's check that we're centered, so the Y at 0. Vertices, and let's make a spin. 360, 0, 1. That's way better. Let's make shade smooth. But let's make the normal stand out here, auto smooth. Okay. We can try the subdivision to have a look. Okay, that's really good. Now I like it. Even twice, once or twice, twice. All right. So this can be a bit higher. As long as the tip doesn't come out, we're fine. Okay, we have this. Now we need some little prongs. Let's make. All right, let's add a mesh plane to the view. Let's make it smaller. Let's center it here. Okay, we're good. Let's make a small prong. So don't forget to work with the transparency, and we're going to extrude these friends. It should overlap the diamond a bit. And never forget, when I design, I do design for rendering. So the jewel looks like finished, all set, polished. The prongs close over the stones. but beware that it's not the same as designing for manufacturing, because for manufacturing the prong should be open up. Okay, don't forget that. It's obvious. Well, obviously, like many people tell me, it's obvious for you, man. You know that. But anyway, it's obvious. Okay, let's do an A, extrude. Let's make this a bit bigger here and right here. Let's do a rotate. So, because the prongs are almost always bigger at the top. Now let's do an proportional editing of these guys. You know what? No, wait a second. Control Y, H to hide these, and now because I just want to work, it's very practical to hide vertices, edges, faces, whatever you want, to not affect them. It's possible and it's amazing in Blender. Let's go. Now just on these guys, SX, and make this bigger, and it's nice because I can do a tapper directly into edit mode, and we're good. Now do an Alt H, and you can see that the rest hasn't been affected, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's do a subdivision. And like I said before, the mesh gets thinner, which sometimes, like in this occasion, is to our advantage. It's part of the designing strategy, knowing, well, you could call it a flaw of the sub, because it shouldn't really make it thinner because it's a subdivider, but that's what happens. So we should know that. And now it looks better. Okay, let's make a shade smooth. Okay, we have that, but I really want it to be SX wider, like that. Maybe it could go less on the stone, we should be like taking this then, or, but obviously the less metal over the stone and less setting security you're gonna have. Stone's gonna fall off sooner or later, because stones cut the metal, even gold or even platinum for that matter. Well, platinum really slower, because platinum is really a tough metal, but it's harder to cast platinum, so it's a bit rarer, but platinum is very common in jewelry now. It's one of the most resisting metal available. All right, we have this Control A, all transforms. We're good. Now to view. Well, I'm going to go first here 135. Now, I still want it to be wider, and I still want this. I'm going to make this smaller to make the tapper a bit more obvious. Something like this. Are we? That's pretty nice. I'm a bit adjusting the shape here and there. Okay, I don't like it yet, but almost. But wait a second, what if I make the tip? Okay, this could get interesting. Oh yeah. So wasting the time to evaluate your design. Thickness, I want it a bit thicker over here. Okay, over here. And I think I want it to stick out a bit more on the lower end. Here. We're fine. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. This is a nicer design. Okay, anyway, just I want to. You know what? Okay, minus 90. I'm going to link this, that. Let's make a link object data. I don't know if it works with meshes. I think it doesn't. But anyway, we're okay here. So I'm going to use the same. So let's bring all that out. C, Control J. Now Shift D. Okay, let's erase this. Let's take these guys. Shift D, R. Do I want them to touch? Maybe I want them to touch a bit on the inside. Anyway, we'll need things to connect this and that. All right, materials. I need gold. I'm going to set these. All right, nice. Gold. I'm going to clean up the scene for materials and things that I don't use anymore. Now this is set. Okay, this is Ruby. Okay. This and that, Control J, this and that, Control J, this and that, Control J, and mirror. Mirror from the center stone. Ah, come on. From the center. Are you set? Wait a second again. Good. This is what we wanted. So how big is that? 8 millimeters. So this is a bigger piece, but it's not too big. It's not even 1 centimeter yet, and it won't be. Okay, so we just okay. Let's make a small leaf in between these gemstones. Between these settings. So let's bring a plane. All right, and let's start working. So I need it to be in. Okay, and all right. Okay, let's erase this edge and let's start. Okay, I will be going the inside a bit. Okay, then here, E. Here I will have a little, you'll see what for later. Okay, good. Good. Maybe a bit here. No, I want to subdivide this. I just want to subdivide this. Okay, we have this AF from Z. All right, I want it a bit lower. This should be pretty fine. And no, you know what? We're gonna go lower here and extrude. Now let's see 0.2 and such. This is 2 decimals. This is almost nothing. We need at least 4. Minus 0.4. I'm going to go on minus 0.5. And obviously this, no, sorry. Select everything and put it a bit lower here. All right, so let's have a look at the subdivision. Yeah, obviously that happens because I only have one flat face, or I only have one face on the flat part, right? Which is better said. Now, so that's what happens with that subdivision. Might look cool though. Looks pretty cool. So sometimes I like leaving things the way they come out, but we still have options. Let's have a look at the beveling. Beveling is working pretty nice also. Let's make 2 segments, 3 segments. Okay, we're gonna make it with the beveling. Shade smooth. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted here. Let's make a mirror from the center stone. So I'm going to go to edit mode, select everybody, Shift D, R, and let's have a look from the back for the positioning. Well, that obviously helps the structure. All right, so it looks pretty cool. Alt A. Now here, what I want is a sphere. Obviously, when you do piercings, you put spheres everywhere. It's part of the design. So how big is it? Let's go to 1 millimeter, which is very good for the size. Let's go on the back side to center this somewhere here. Shift D, somewhere there. Let's take that, and that last one, Control J, and it's part of the mesh now. So it gets the mirror instantly. All right, Alt A. So now I want some small details, yet still on that here, on that part. We could work on an inset, or we could, I'm going to take this face. Oh, let's have a look at inset. No, I don't like it. So I'm going to bring in a curve. So, okay, I need these and that F. Now, everybody, I need it to be free. We need to free our vectors. You shouldn't be a vertex tyrant or a vector tyrant or a dictator. Design loves democracy. Okay, we have this. We have this. Okay. Sometimes I forget to set the resolution, but it doesn't matter either that much. Okay, let's follow the. Okay, let's say we have this. I'm going to create a profile, add a curve circle, which is way too big. Let's center it here. Let's make it like this. This is pretty nice for what we need now. So now we need that guy, bevel object, and this is our object. Obviously it's too big. Wait, not that much, but we can go at 0.35, 0.35. Okay, that's what we get. It's not too bad. I really like it yet, but we're getting there. This is too, that one goes too far. And this should follow the stone a bit better. But this is too big, and I don't love the tip that much. That obviously comes from this way of beveling. Let's have a look at the resolution. Yeah, he doesn't care that much. On the inside it looks really good, but it obviously depends. It's a bit better. I would like a sharper tip, but I would need well, let's see with the subdivision if we can get there, or a rounder one. Like, okay, this is already a bit better. Okay, now this is clean. Now I want it a bit more symmetric on the inside, so let's bring this guy a bit closer. Okay. Good. Save. Control A. All transforms. Let's do Shift D. Now what? This one goes to geometry, because this one I want it. I want it right here. Okay, and they all need mirrors. Some mirrors from here. A mirror. Well, actually, if the center is already reset, the mirror doesn't need another object reference to work. All right, we have this. This is pretty nice, but I think I would like in between the stones another small something. A sphere? Now let's be very good. A default cube. It would work, but it wouldn't look very elegant. So now, okay, I just want something here. Add mesh plane. Let's go to edit mode. R. So, wait a second. Vertices. Erase all that. Wait. All right, let's start. How far does that go? Okay, yeah. I have more or less an idea of what I want here, but this is not so convincing. Okay, so it should be a bit more symmetric here. All right, yeah. Should be very bit more symmetric here and there. Really nice, really nice. Well, not yet. It looks like a tooth. And we're no dentists today. Maybe another day. Okay, we have this. Okay, I'm going to make a F. I'm going to make 3 levels. Control I. The other one is too high. I want this. I need this to go inside there. Okay, and now Control I. This is pretty good for the mid level. E, and now the top level is ugly. We need to readjust that. So Control I, H. So we don't get interference from the rest. Okay, so we're gonna move. We're going to make an almond. Can we get an almond here? Or, funny. Nope, we're gonna have something nicer. You're gonna, maybe you already know what it's going to look like. Now it's pretty obvious. A heart, which is really nice. So for those who don't really know the channel or my work, this is design as it goes. This is improvisation, you can call it like that. Sometimes I do say and refer to my videos as jewelry improvisation because it's almost every time it's improvisation. I don't have any reference here. I don't have any picture, drawing, nothing at all. Just 20 years of experience designing jewelry every day and teaching jewelry. Obviously now you know that I retired from teaching. I won't be teaching anymore, so enjoy the videos because I don't know how long I'm going to keep. Well, for me this is not teaching, or shouldn't be. Maybe for you it is. I hope you enjoy it like that. Maybe you're learning a lot. The goal also is to make the jewelry designer's work more famous and more, so that people know the value it has, the work behind every jewel gets recognized more. Okay, we have this. Is lovely. Now let's do an Alt H, and this is nice. This is nice. I'm going to take this, make an ES. You can do an I for an inset. It's almost the same. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. Let's make it another E S. It's pretty good. Okay, I have this L D R. Obviously I need to check the bottom. Yeah, I need to check the bottom here. Okay, it sets pretty nicely between the elements here and there. So we have this and that. Control A, all transforms, mirror, make it smooth. This is gold. Okay, this is great. This is lovely. Okay, so this was the second design for an earpiece. It was requested, or like I already said, the idea came from a dear subscriber. I don't even know if he's he, and I don't know if it's he or she. I think it's a he. I don't know. So I'm just assuming. I shouldn't be assuming. So therefore I said someone from the channel, because I don't know much more. But anyway, this was the second design. Let's have a look at first one with no gemstones, and second one with gemstones. Okay. So today I won't make I won't be or should I? How long? No, let's make the renders. All right, let's go with LuxScore here. GPU 24, 24, 24, 24. Light tracing on, denoiser on. Devices, all your GPUs should be there. We're good. Now, whatever goes, let's have a preview. Let's hide. Let's show the camera. Okay, so I'm going to make a top view. I'll control 0. We're going to make a... Now let's keep it perspective. It's a bit better looking. Okay, now for the render. So this is the render of the second piece with the gemstones. It's more interesting thanks to the gemstones. So how do we get that to get there? So put a background plane, use LuxScore, GPU device, high numbers of bounces, always better for jewelry, light tracing at 100%. Light strategy power, denoiser on, and we're good for that. We're not using caches, we're not using color managements whatsoever. Now the materials. So it's pretty simple, in fact, once you know, obviously. Okay, the ground just gets an image and the bump for the color. This is a fabric and it's a glossy material. All right, the gold gets the color, it's metal material, and gets an image for the bump, because yeah, we want some scratches, it's better. Okay, now the gemstones here, it's a glass material with the IOR. I put it higher than the real one, would be 179, but It's also realistic for a corundum ruby. Okay, it gets an image for the crystals and bumps, and the color is the hue is changed to get the red of the ruby. Okay, the thing you need to check also is that your UV maps are properly set, because LuxCore is going to use, without any 2D mapping or 3D mapping present, is going to use directly the UVs. So with these simple nodes, we get this. Now the lights all come from an HDR, so there use an image. Obviously you can find free HDRs on the internet. And then we have a general small light here on the right, and the caustics are working thanks to the area light with the laser option turned on. And well, sometimes we get a bit more lucky than others, than other times, because sometimes with very simple settings we get very amazing results, and this is the case today. So obviously I'm very happy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that all the explanations really help you become better designers, jewelers, Blender users, and if possible, better persons. Especially when we're getting such good looking renders. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you'll join us this Saturday, as I already explained at the beginning of the video. So this Saturday at 7 p.m. Universal Time, I will be making a live event for the World Blender Meetup Day. It's amazing that I got invited. I'm really delighted. So thanks for the invitation, and I hope you will be joining us. Take care, be nice to people, be nice to animals, be happy.